Women in science you haven't heard of? Jean Purdy. Jean Purdy was born in 1945 in Cambridge in the UK. A British nurse and embryologist, she played a huge role in the development of in vitro fertilisation, or IVF, alongside the researchers Robert Edwards and Patrick Steptoe. Millions of women around the world can't get pregnant easily, and the aim of IVF is to help to give them options and hope. In IVF, a woman's egg is combined with sperm in a petri dish, and the fertilised egg is transferred into the uterus. At the time, in the 40s and 50s, the idea was quite revolutionary to help women who couldn't get pregnant have babies. But at that time, it was only a theory that hadn't been proven yet. It was also a challenging project, not just scientifically, but socially. The Medical Research Council didn't believe that this research was important, and they initially refused to fund it. They suffered immense public backlash against what they were doing, suffering protests and hate campaigns, especially from the Christian community. The press referred to their research as the work of Frankenstein. But they didn't give up, and actually Jean led the charge. She spent long hours recording data, running tests, and when the team faced funding issues and criticism, her commitment kept things moving forward. When she took time off to care for her sick mother, they had to pause the project until she could return. Jean was a co-founder of the first IVF clinic in the world, the Bourne Hall Clinic. Jean was the first person in the world to see a fertilised egg divide, the moment that proved that IVF worked. The first test tube baby, Louise Joy Brown, was born on the 25th of July in 1978. Jean sadly passed away at the age of 39, and she's buried in Grantchester in Cambridgeshire. It wasn't until years later that her role in the development of IVF was properly recognised. Robert Edwards was awarded the 2010 Nobel Prize for his work on the development of IVF, but because the Nobel Prize isn't awarded posthumously, neither Jean nor Steptoe were eligible. However, in 1980, a plaque was planned to honour the development of IVF, and the text deliberately excluded Jean's name. To his credit, Edwards sent the administrators a letter of complaint in 1981. After decades of her contributions being ignored, Jean's importance was finally recognised in 2015 when a blue plaque was unveiled with her name on it. And in 2018, a new headstone was unveiled to mark her contributions, pictured here being celebrated by none other than Louise Joy Brown. Although we don't know for certain, it's likely that Jean suffered from endometriosis. She suffered from episodes of acute pain. Sometimes they were bad enough to require hospitalisation. So some people think that this might be why she was so passionate and committed to developing IVF, because she couldn't have children of her own, but she could help other women. Thanks to Jean's contributions, more than 12 million babies have been born worldwide as a result of IVF. Today we remember Jean Purdy as one of the unsung heroes of IVF, a life-changing, literally life-changing technology. There is a film about Jean. Although it dramatises some aspects, it is quite accurate about her scientific contributions, and I think it's a nice tribute to her life and the incredible woman that was Jean Purdy.